Let us set the scene. It is just after midnight in the research quarter of Gotham City. The lights in the Wayne Biotech building flicker uneasily as a storm rolls overhead. Most people with sense have gone home by now. Then again, sense I senti really the word to describe what brought tonight's main event to this part of town. Hulk was here on business Avengers business, supposedly. Something about experimental gamma isotopes reported stolen, rumors pointing to cross-state trafficking.
Maybe just an excuse to punch something. He wasn't picky.
But Hulk wasn't the only visitor tonight. Up on a rooftop, crouching beside a crumbling gargoyle, a dark, hulking shape shifted. Man-Bat, the alter ego of Dr. Kirk Langstrom, sometime scientist, sometime nightmare creature, surveyed the city below. He was hunting for reagents. Hunger gnawed at him. The serum that turned him into part bat, part man never quite satisfied his rapid metabolism. Someone somewhere was stockpiling promising vials. Man-Bat's ears pricked as he caught the distant, heavy footsteps of someone who could only be described as larger than life. That's when paths crossed. Down in a back alley, a massive green figure burst through a reinforced steel door like it was tissue paper. Inside, rows and rows of experimental substances. Years ahead of what most labs ever dreamed of. Hulk scanned the shelves, grumbling. He was never one for subtlety. Banner said, "Take small sample." Hulk sut, "Take everything." The problem was, he wasn't alone in wanting those vials. From above, a high-pitched screech cut through the smoggy air. Windows rattled, glass cracked. Man-Bat swooped low, a blur of leathery wings and sinew, slamming into Hulk with enough force to stagger a Sherman tank, which for anyone keeping score was tough to do, even on Hulk's worst day. Hulk stumbled backwards, and for a second, actual surprise flickered across his face. He'd expected robots. Maybe some weirdos in masks. Not a mutant bat scientist with wings wider than a city bus. In the brief pause that followed, Man-Bat cocked his monstrous head, eyes darting. He stared at Hulk not with fear, but predatory calculation. Chemicals, he hissed, voice somewhere between human and pure animal. Hulk replied the only way Hulk knew. By roaring, Hulk smashed giant bat. The fight, if you could call it that, was like something out of a disaster movie. Man-Bat hurtled down from the rafters, claws raking, fangs bared. Hulk swung a reinforced lab table like a baseball bat, sending Man-Bat crashing through a concrete pillar. Neither gave any sign of yielding. Security alarms blared. Sirens began to wail in the distance. Too late and mostly irrelevant. Hulk and Man-Bat were in their own world now. Man-Bat darted, slicing through the air in dizzying spirals, talons glinting under the flickering fluorescent lights. Hulk couldn't fly, but he could jump huge, building shaking leaps that sent shockwaves rattling the streets outside. Man-Bat clipped Hulk with a glancing blow, but Hulk simply shrugged it off, grabbed power cables, swinging them like bullwhips, lit up the battleground, and the stench of ozone mixed with the sweet reek of spilled chemicals. The fight ricocheted through the building, then spilled out through a shattered window 10 stories up. Man-Bat tried to carry Hulk skyward, wings straining but ultimately failing. No one, not even a mutated Megabat, could outmuscle the unstoppable force that was Hulk. Gravity took over. They fell, smashing through scaffolding and delivery vans below like a pair of meteors. By now, police had cordoned off the block. They watched as, in the smoking wreckage, Hulk shook off the debris and Man-Bat circled overhead, battered but furious. Everything had an edge of desperation now. Man-Bat, driven by hunger and fear, swiped at Hulk with renewed fury, barely slowing as bones cracked and healed again in moments. Hulk, for his part, was having the time of his life. Few things could hit him this hard. ... And despite the bat's wild flailing, he relished the challenge. But here's the thing. When it comes to raw power, Hulk is, well, the Hulk. Every hit Man-Bat landed, Hulk responded with something bigger, stronger, earth-shaking. The fight was hopelessly lopsided, like a king tide battering a rocky shoreline. Man-Bat fought on, stubborn and relentless, until one particularly thunderous smash sent him careening into a chemical truck, spraying neon fluid across the ruined street. Breathing heavily, Man-Bat staggered to his feet. Instinct told him to run, and for once, science agreed. He beat his wings hard, rising unsteadily into the air, screeching defiance as he retreated over the city's skyline. Hulk stood alone in the devastation, surveying the cratered street and the panicked faces of first responders. He grunted, unimpressed, then leaped away in 3 bounding strides, a green blur disappearing into the pre-dawn haze. No, there was no conclusive winner tonight. The city was worse off, the labs were a wreck, and both monsters vanished into their own shadows, Hulk to his next catastrophe, Man-Bat to the next dark alley. Some fights never really end. They just echo, waiting for another stormy night, another city, another reason to smash or screech. And somewhere, someone would be left sweeping up the rubble, wondering what exactly just hit them.